Hey lovies, welcome to my channel. This is Michelle here at Wow, Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys have been doing great. Today is Thursday, and I hope that the week has been treating you guys well, and that you guys have been, hustling and bustling through the week, and making shit happen, being the awesome, amazing people that you guys are. Um, Confirmation maybe as this guitar's falling. Let's move it because it's gonna get annoying. It's my son's. Maybe he's just like, hey mom, I'm all the way down in South Carolina, but I'm gonna leave him from there. Maybe that's what it is. Anywho, yes, so I do hope that you guys have been doing great this past week. With all that said, this is a general collective message, kind of a whatever comes out kind of thing. I have a few decks pulled out that I felt drawn to, and we're gonna read from those. Um, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you like what you see here. There's something about I heard tongue tied. Like there's something about being like tongue tied, like having a hard time getting your words out about something. So there could be a throat chakra element that might show up in this reading. We shall see. Um, but yeah, so yeah, if you're new to the channel, like I was trying to say, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, all that good stuff to help support the channel. Also hit the subscribe button so that you know when I'm on, all that good stuff. And for those of you who already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. So with all that said, let's get started. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Please and thank you. All right, let's get started. Hey guys, what's up? So we have She Is here from She Radio, and we also have another one of my soul sisters up in the building. We got the Phoenix Priestess here. So I'm so happy to see some of my girls popping up in here, up in here. I'm happy to see that. Thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciate y'all. So without further ado, we're gonna start with the African Goddess Oracle deck here, and we're gonna pull a few from here. I'm telling you, something about the throat chakra is off. Sorry to do that. I know that's one of those noises that people like, oh my god, that drives me nuts. But if my throat is itchy, then I have to do it. I know how to do it silently too, but it doesn't hit the same. I don't know, something about that throat chakra. Like I was having a really hard time getting my words out. So could be something about that. When I split the deck, we have intuition here, along with wounded healer. So you guys are like in the process of working on yourselves, healing. You might use your certain parts of your journey to help heal others. I'm getting. You guys are really intuitive. I'm also getting that some of you guys take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. It might be a mother in particular, or a parent in particular, a mother who's very, very, very intuitive, especially when it comes to their kids. I'm getting something like that. That's not going to be for everybody. You might be seeing a lot of numbers that are like derivatives of the number 3 at this time. Let me know if that makes sense or if it resonates. So like in multiples and stuff as well. So like 35, 15, I'm getting stuff like that. 21, so on and so forth. Let me know if that makes sense. Ren, what's up, mama? You do realize that I have to, yeah, thank you. It's funny, like when I give her that look, she's like, oh, I gotta move. Yeah, honey, you gotta move. Like you can hang out wherever you want to, just not right where I'm trying to do the reading, my love. She's something else though. She's like, wait, I thought this was all my space. Interesting. See, yeah. So that number 3, there's something about that. All right. Let's get maybe 3 more shuffles, because why the fuck not? All right. We have, this is another derivative of mine, by the way. Level up. I like that. Level up. 39 on there, right? That's a derivative. That would be what, 12, right? Which also is that's a 3. Yeah, three is the magic number tonight. We also have pleasure. Interesting. Not sure where that's going yet. But I'm getting like, because usually that card represents like, sensuality, sexuality. In this case, I'm not really picking up on that. I'm getting more so like, doing things that are pleasurable to you that, help you get to where you're trying to go. Maybe after a stage of grief for some of you. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But that could be the case for some of you. Maybe you went through a really rough patch and just trying to figure out how to find like pleasure in your life again. Throughout, different experiences. That's what I'm kind of getting. All right, let's get a few cards from here. Then we're going to pull from the other decks that I pulled. And I grabbed or whatever. Let's see. Storms. Oh, yeah. Number 13 on there. It's giving me like death and rebirth vibes. So, you guys might have been through like, see how my throat just like all of a sudden like it's just like my voice was doing that earlier today at work, and I'm like, what the hell? Like it was just like going in and out, and I'm like trying to yell at a kid and reprimand a kid, and all of a sudden I'm like losing my voice. They're like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to reprimand you. It's almost like spirit started the same thing. Like, I heard lost in translation too. That's interesting. Where that's going. Especially with the throat chakra energy, like something could be lost in translation rather, and it causes issues when it comes to doing what's necessary to move forward, to end a cycle. Yeah, something like that. Very interesting. I'm not sure where this is going yet. For some of you, this could be in terms of a partnership. We have cosmic power, which is representative of the number 2, and it's also representing obviously like a couple of some sort. Very interesting. Liberation. Yeah, you might have had to free yourself from, things that weren't serving you. For some of you guys who end up resonating with this. The number is 37 and it adds up to 10. So it's like about endings leading to new beginnings. Maybe you had to make a choice in a dynamic to move on. Pretty interesting. I'm also getting some of you might have Haitian backgrounds. Let me know if that makes sense or resonates. Tell us more. Let's get a few more from here. Very interesting energy so far. Yeah, definitely, rid yourself of that old energy that no longer serves you, right? Yeah, as I say, rid yourself of the energy. Etheric cords. You got to cut some cords, baby. There's some cords that need to be cut. Yes. And it's like, she literally is like holding a machete. Like she's like, I'm cutting all that shit out. And it's giving me also like making sure it doesn't like trickle down the line. So this is stuff that for some of you, it's like, it's stemming far back. Let me know if this resonates for anybody. This seems very specific. For some of you, this could be more geared towards like a family member or someone in your lineage on like, in terms of like a mother figure in your life. I'm getting they may be passed on. Only take it if it resonates. But I'm getting that this person used to do this a lot. Because I don't have long hair right now. And my hair is not straight either. So like, there's no reason for me to go like this. But I went like that. And I'm like, why am I doing that? I have a fro right now. A short fro. Like, I don't have my dreads. Or my locks. I don't like the word dreads. I don't have my locks. My hair is not straightened. Like, there's no reason for me to like go like that. So that could be one of the cords that you're working on cutting. It could be more of a familial thing for some people, especially when it comes to a maternal figure or a female figure in your life that you're kind of distancing yourself from, or they passed on or something like that. Yeah, I'm getting you're feeling very liberated from this too with brazen here. And very interesting. Yeah, shame. Like this person could have made you feel shame about yourself in some kind of way. And now you're like, kind of coming out of that energy and you're like, okay, well, you know what? I am who I am. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And that's perfectly fine. Like you're learning how to kind of own up to that. So this, I'm getting kind of like this might be like a family dynamic thing. And it's interesting because I felt drawn to my ancestor deck. I didn't know I was gonna like grab from my cards. I was just like, I feel drawn to these. I don't know why. I felt drawn to these and I felt drawn to these. And then the other ones kind of like just, it was like a flow of cards. I was just like, oh yeah, this one, this one. Like, um, but now I'm like, this is like very interesting because it kind of makes sense and it is kind of coming together as we go. Yeah, divine lineage, right? This is definitely stemming from, people who are within your family dynamic, in particular women. And it's like female energy or whatever. And it's like there are things that you're meant to do and stuff like that. And what I'm getting is I am also kind of feeling drawn to possibly pulling from the inner child deck. We shall see. If spirit pushes me to like actually grab those, because I almost did when I was like grabbing the decks, I will go grab them. But we shall see. So I am getting like this energy of, people who are just kind of feeling a sense of liberation and speaking up for themselves and, kind of holding their power along the way. Very interesting. Yeah. Even when I split the deck again, same card. I wish you guys could have saw that on the camera. Because that doesn't happen very often. There's times where I'm like, oh yeah, there's a card in the middle of the deck, and I try to find it, and if I split the deck a gazillion times, it never shows up, but it showed up again. So there is definitely something about your lineage, but there's also this energy of like it's giving me karma, and that there are like there's a split energy there is what I'm kind of getting. Like there's a split energy of what needs to be done and how to do it because like those past generations, like their ways did not necessarily constitute for what they wanted to happen, but you're going to be the one kind of breaking cycles and shit and making things happen is kind of what I'm getting. It's getting a little interesting. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is going. So let's keep pulling some cards and then we're going to go from there. But interesting. I don't know if I want to take, okay, no, this is not too many cards. All right. I'm getting this energy of, you also might be seeing the number 8 a lot. So we have level up here, which we did see earlier, but it wasn't on the official spread. It's here again. But it's giving me like you have to kind of surrender like these things that no longer serve you. Because the thing is, it's like when we lust after something, and it doesn't have to be in a sexual way. It could just be in general, right? Hopefully I don't get flagged because there is nudity on that card. When we learn to surrender, our lustful ways, and lust looks different in, different dynamics. Like it could be sex, it could be, just, things that we crave that we feel like we are supposed to have and want it so bad. And sometimes when we realize those things are not necessarily, what I'm definitely getting like karmic ties in terms of family. That's what I'm picking up on mostly. So far. Once we realize like we have to let those, earthly like, connections go and like we're realizing, oh, hey, these are not things that are necessarily the best for me. Let me kind of, skedaddle from this and move in a different direction. We start to see things different, and that's the truth. That's the truth. So I see some folks coming in. We have Muhammad here. We have Blessings. Hello, Blessings. What's up? Nazrin, I think is how you say your name. Yeah. So this is a collective message tonight. Yeah, see, you can't resist change. You have to allow things to happen the way that's meant to happen. And that's one of the biggest problems. And that's why surrender is there. And that's why this card fell on the floor. Because it all comes down to choice, right? That number 2 has been popping up. numbers that are showing up in the forms of twos. So you got like 22 here. We got 44, right? We got a lot of energy of like, and just the number two by itself, like that number is popping up throughout this reading too. And intuition was already here earlier, which was why I was saying I was picking up on like even fives and sevens too, if I remember correctly. No, it was I was picking up on threes, sorry. But yeah, nonetheless, but that could be a number you're seeing too. Number three though was the main thing that was popping up throughout this reading. Let's get two more from here. Ooh, I got super hungry all of a sudden. I was fine because I had a big lunch at work today. Had a nice quesadilla and I had them put extra jalapenos on it. It was really good. Yeah, shine. It is your time to shine. Your time to shine. You know, you guys might have been, I'm kind of picking up on energy of Capricorn possibly. But the big thing, hold up. I'm getting a message. I'm getting that some of you guys might have Capricorn in your chart. Something might have happened, or if not, then something happened earlier in the year or like late last year, which might have really like put you in a position to say, okay, now it's like I heard battle of the wits. It's like you had to like kind of figure something out, and it was like really a true testament of who you are and moving past something. I guess picked up on something like that. Yeah, because like look what's here, and a lot of changes happening in the process. We have radical rebirth. So there's something about that kind of energy. Again, only take it as it resonates, but there is something about that, and this is prompting some and the number on here is 32, and then the number on here is 5. So 5 represents a lot of change. So interesting. Yeah, self-sabotage here on the top of the deck. So this is like this energy of like making sure that you're not self-sabotaging, right? Recognizing who you are. And there's definitely something about that throat chakra, because every time I get ready to say something like that's like, you know, meaningful, all of a sudden my throat like is like closing up on me. Either I want to cough or I just feel like a squeeze. And it's like, what the heck? Yes, spirit. Oh my gosh. I could just end the reading right here. I'm not, but I could speak up. I'm like, I feel something on my, like right here, something is happening. And that number fucking 3, I'm telling you, 33 is the number on here. The heck? This is so crazy. Like, it's one of those things where like I read all the time. So like I'm not necessarily shocked by this, but it's like when it happens, it still is one of those things like other readers will, you know, vouch and be like, you know, you could be reading every single day, several times a day, but when those kind of messages come out like that and they hit, and you're like saying something as it comes out in the cards, like at the same exact time, because that was a demonstration of that, it's like, it's crazy. I should have put it out on the spread so that way I could go back to the card if needed. But y'all did see it. Oh my goodness. And you know she's tapped in, girl. She is so tapped in. I love her. I hope her and Lati also pop in, because I already have one of my other sisters here. I'm like, when I have the whole like a bunch of my girls popping in, I'm like, yo, not all of them because there's others too, but like when I got like my girls popping in like that, I'm like, yo. When I got Allie here, when I got Lati here, when I got Veronica, I'm like, yo. Derica, I'm just like, damn. Naked. Yes, I'm getting like this is a time to get like really in tune with your feelings. See, number 3 again. When you take that 0 off, what does it add up to? The number 3. So 3 is the magic fucking number tonight. I should put that as the caption when I'm done with this. 3 is the magic number. What does it mean? Ask ChatGPT to give me a very crafty uh caption that might grab people's attention. But nonetheless, wow, like this is, yeah, this is definitely given like getting naked with your emotions and your feelings, and you know, saying what needs to be said, right? And this could be the thing that could strike up that chord with other people that's like, well, what the fuck is this? You know? And it makes people uncomfortable, right? When you're, saying what's on your mind and you're speaking your truth, and people don't like that shit. They're like, what the fuck is this? Especially if like you've been the type of person who's kept the peace, right? And you're, quiet all the time, you don't say anything, and you just like roll with the punches. Like when you start like speaking your truth in your mind, like forget about it. Like everything changes in the dynamic with people. And this is the main thing that's been popping up that I've been picking up is family, not even like love. Family has been the thing in this reading. And when you realize that you have to, sever ties sometimes, it's so hard because it's like, we want to, maintain those relationships in our lives and whatnot, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get real. Yeah, brazen is here again. What's ironic? There's 8 people, 8 likes, and the number in here is 17, and it adds up to 8 when I looked up. 888. That's about prosperity, guys. So you might also be seeing the number 8 a lot. Yeah, betrayal is here. So that number 2, right? Like having to kind of see things with a different, set of eyes, and being able to say, you know what? Now I know that there's a choice to be made here, because the number 2 represents choices. And being able to say, okay, I gotta, get really, really raw and real with myself here, and be like, you know what? I gotta feel all these emotions. I gotta go through it. Going through the emotions for a reason. Yes, you're waking up. Yimaya, awakening. You're waking up. If I ever happen to have a daughter, I don't think it's gonna happen, but if I do ever have a daughter, that is what her name is going to be. I might pronounce it as Yamaya just because people are going to always mispronounce it. I know people are going to be like, so what? They have to figure out how to just say it the right way. But just because, I guess just to make it simpler, I would probably just say it's pronounced Yamaya versus Yimaya. But yeah, if I ever have a daughter, that's what I want to name her. I've been saying that for almost 10 years now. But we shall see if I ever do happen to have a daughter. Definitely want like really powerful names for my kids. My son's name is Michael. So I also like the name Malik, which is like king. So I'm like, ooh, I like these cards. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna shuffle a few times. Ooh, Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. So I'm kind of getting, before I even really dive too, deep into this, I'm getting like there's something like that's really, really closely attached to your heart space. Something that you really love and care about, probably family. We also have this Queen of Pentacles, which is about like stability. I'm even possibly for someone getting like a mother kind of thing going on. That's not gonna be for everybody, but I am picking up on a possibility of that. And it's like, one person, it could even be like one person's like offering, something of, earthly matters, while the other person is offering something that's more like, emotional. And it could create a clash. I'm getting like a couple of different messages there. Please take the messages as they resonate. That's very unfortunate, Callie. Yeah, we still haven't had that talk. We were about to, and then we didn't get there. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Yeah, I feel like we were about to start talking about some stuff on your birthday, and then all of a sudden the dynamic of the conversation shifted, and we couldn't continue what we were trying to talk about. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Hmm. But we will get to it. All right, one more shuffle. I really like this deck. For this to be like a little $15 deck that I got on a whim when I was like at the hotel with my boyfriend, and I was like, well, he was at work, and I was just like, I just need a deck, like, just so I could like read. I'm bored, and and I was like, I want to go live. And I purchased these. They came within like 45 minutes to an hour, and they were like from Target, and they were like $15. And I was just like, this is fucking great, because I was like, I didn't have my car or anything, so I'm in a totally different city and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, well, I want my cards. I got these, and these are so good. I love these cards. All right, so we have Four of Pentacles here on the bottom of the deck. Definitely holding on to things that we don't need to hold on to anymore, right? Time to release. We did see a card about surrender. So, I think you guys are very well aware, though, of the things that it's time to let go of. Side note, do not judge me, friends. If I decide to go get me a glass of champagne, because that's been like my new thing. What up, bro? What's up, Southbound? What's up, Chris? What's up, Teen? I love you guys. Appreciate y'all. I might go get myself a little bit of champagne while I read. Because why the fuck not? I'm slowing down on my hard liquor. Like, yeah, there's no reason to be taking a gazillion damn nips during the week. I don't take literally a gazillion. I'm exaggerating, but like, I'm trying to, tone it down a bit. Now, for those of you who know, you've seen me be like, time to take a little sippy sip of my nippy nip. It's like my little joke, and I like take a sip. But I do want to like slow down drastically, and I'm like, okay, well, if I do like a glass of champagne or a glass of wine, nothing wrong with that. So I didn't have anything yet. So I'm like, I went to my job before I came here or came home and got on here. I'm like, it is chilling in the fridge. Why not? We shall see. I might hold off on that though. So we have the Magician here. Yeah, you guys are in the process of like manifesting things, right? And I'm getting you guys are like master manifestors who like are capable of so many things, and it's just a matter of getting in tune with what it is that you are being guided to do. I'm also getting individuals who are going to start learning how to, if you haven't done so already, learning how to work with the different elements. Like, prime example, if you look at the name here, Southbound, that's that's a couple of people who I love absolutely dearly. When I say a couple, I mean literally a couple. They're a married couple, and I've known them for so fucking long. It's my friends Chris and Tina, who I saw the whole thing happen from the beginning, and I'm so delighted to be able to say that because they're just amazing, amazingly talented people, just great souls, and I'm grateful to be able to call them friends. And Tina, she is an artist. Like she paints and shit. She I think, don't you even do what's that called, like soldering and stuff? Like you could like literally like force shit in the fucking fire. Like you could make swords and stuff. If I ask you to make a sword, you probably could do it, right? Sculpting, like so cool. And then Chris, he's an amazing songwriter and musician. So I'm just like, how did they not end up together, right? Like it's just a match made in heaven. But nonetheless, I bring that up because some of you guys might want to start learning how to work with different elements, because, and I brought up Tina because of the fact that she works with fire, she works with water, she works with everything, all these different, like she's literally the magician, like she could work with all the different elements. If you add Chris's axe to it, you know what I mean? Now we got some fire, a little more fire, right? People who are Hendrix fans, they get the reference. But yeah, I just heard I have only one burning desire. Dun, 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 dun. Let me stand next to your fire. So yeah, definitely just working with the different elements of how you can manifest. So like, and that looks different for everybody. I like to write and I like to work with fire. I am a fire sign, so it kind of makes sense. And I'm also the air sign, so that also makes sense with wanting to write. So I tend to manifest in the form of writing and working with fire. So candle magic, journaling, writing, um, different things, collecting um like moon water and things like that, all these different things, right? There's so many things that you can do, getting grounded in the earth, so whatever works for you, right? um Different things. And yeah, there's definitely a sense of foundation here with this four of wands here on the bottom of the deck. So maybe you guys are working on manifesting more stability in your life, community. Yeah, sorry, you guys are definitely working towards just leaving things behind you with this three of wands here on the top. This is what you're manifesting. Yeah, get your bag right with this nine of pentacles, independence, right? Like 3113 when I said that, so you might be seeing 13 a lot, or 31. Number 4 could be significant. Oh, speaking of which, I've been seeing number 444 like crazy. I feel like the past 3 or 4 days, I always end up seeing 444. So 444 in the morning, like when I have to take my little potty trip to the bathroom, because for whatever reason I keep waking up at that time, or in the afternoon I see it as well for the past few days. So some of you guys might be seeing it as well. But what we got? Hi, Ren. You're in the way, Mama. She's like, I know I'm in the way, but what about me? Oh, honey. She's like, she looked at me and she just like started grazing against me. Hi, baby. I love you too. Did y'all hear that? Hey, baby girl. I love you too, Mama. So some of you guys might be having a hard time sleeping right now. You have the Nine of Swords here. So sleep might be a little bit of a struggle. Man, what is up, Mama? What's going on? You have food and you have water. What's going on, baby? Is there something that's about to come up in this reading and you want people to be aware? That happens sometimes when I read. She'll just come up like out of nowhere and start acting like kind of frantic and stuff. But she was just fine. What's going on, baby girl? It's okay, mommy. Everything's okay. If you want to hang out on my lap, you can. You're okay. Also, she is not like a dog. I mean, a cat. She is like a dog. She loves to be with her mommy. As soon as I walk in the house, she's like, meow, 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 instead of woof, 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 woof. That is too many cards. But yeah, she is not your typical cat. Yeah, she's laying on me now. She is something else. Hey, baby girl. Ooh, what we got? The High Priestess, yes. Oh my God, girl, I love you. Yeah, because you are in a different time zone too. All that stuff makes sense. Yeah, you just kind of figure out your pocket of time where you can watch, right? I love that, and I appreciate you for it. Yeah, you're standing your ground. I feel like you guys, because we did see the intuition card come up from the first deck. Like, you guys are really intuitive, and you're starting to hone in on that and realize, you know what, I got to stand my ground when it comes to situations and or people that are pushing me against the wall, basically. Like, I'm literally seeing like a battle of people like with like a staff of some sort and like pushing each other like gladiator type shit, like pushing each other with like the gladiator like sandals and stuff. Like, this is what I'm seeing, and like seeing like getting kicked up, and like, you just keep pushing each other until like who ends up like in a ring kind of thing, like who ends up in the center of that ring or outside, or not in the center. You're in the center, but you're trying to push each other outside of the ring, and it's like a battle, like back and forth constantly. It's giving me that, and I'm getting like you guys are just you just want to be happier. Like you're like I don't really want this. Like can we just like not do this? You're protecting your peace, and it's like, well, if people are gonna keep doing, yeah, I'm protecting my peace. Four of Swords in the middle of the deck, like that's about being trying to be in a peaceful like state, exactly. That's what I'm getting, like Spartacus, right? Like this is Sparta, and like that kick down the hole. Like that's kind of what I'm seeing. It's interesting. Some of you might be in like to like Greek mythology and all that kind of stuff. It's giving me something like, ooh, could be some truth to that. Ren, oh, honey, you're gonna have to move. I know you're like. She looked at me like, bitch. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to move because I'm gonna crush you with my boob. Can't get off the cards. I'm trying so hard not to move her because I know she's comfortable. Right. You don't have to move. I just have to move my leg to get the other two cards. They're too far from me. All right, there we go. I got him, Ren. You don't have to move. You don't have to move. That was funny. Shit. I just saw the hangman try to come out. But tell us more. Like, yeah, it's so weird though. Like, I literally saw like a whole like battle of people like trying to push each other out of like a ring. I got to see the clothes and everything. So, for those of you who believe in like past lives and stuff, that could be a part of your past life. You might want to look into that. Otherwise, it's just more of an imagery that I'm seeing, like that battle between you and people who you care about, or you guys both have like such a strong like opinion about something, and you butt heads, and you just have to kind of use your intuition here and like figure out where to go from here, because it's like you clearly know that there's certain people in your life that you have to distance yourself from. You have to do so. With this Three of Wands, we already saw that energy pop up. Now it's officially on the spread. So what do you do with this information, right? Yeah. Things maybe happening behind the scenes, or like fears and stuff like that might kind of keep you feeling a little bit stuck and trapped. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles here again. Yeah. Like when is it all over, right? The betrayals and all of that. It's like, when do I move forward from all of this? Let's get like maybe 2 or 3 from here. 3 more, I should say. Yeah, let's go with 3 more. I'm feeling 3. Because 3 is the magic number, as we said earlier, right? A lot of 3s popping up throughout this reading. Ace of Cups. Nice. So I do feel like, you guys are really just like honed in on like trying to get towards your overall happiness. Like no more, hissy footing around nonsense that doesn't serve you. Just trying to, do what's best for you, right? This outpouring of happiness, this outpouring of love, and what that looks like for you. Define that for yourself. Don't let anybody else define it for you. Ooh, and Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck too. Passionate new beginning. So like, there's a lot of new energy popping in. And that's because you guys, especially with the order of the cards, it's like you guys have distanced or in the process of distancing yourself from the things that no longer serve you. You know what those things are. The things that cause you anxiety and angst and anger and all. Like you're like, fuck that. Why would I want to manifest that shit? No, thank you. Like you guys are moving on from it. Yeah, and I think you guys are seeing things with like a new set of eyes. We have the Page of Swords here on the top of the deck. So it's kind of giving me this energy of individuals who are, it's like, how like when a child is like discovering something new, it's kind of giving me something like that. Like you guys are really like insightful and just trying to learn things and learn more about yourself throughout this journey. And you're like, yo, if if it isn't adding to my life in some kind of positive way, then I gotta do what I gotta do. And you're holding on to that idea because we got the King of Wands here in the middle of the deck. That's about confidence and assertion. You're like, yeah, you know what, I'm taking assertion over the circumstances in my life, and if I know that something just isn't working, I have to do what I have to do. So for a lot of you, this is a family dynamic But it's going to look different for everybody. For some of you, it's a friendship. For some of you, it is work. But the main thing that's been showing up and presenting itself is something about family. Yeah, the tower. You gotta let you gotta let that tower fall. Let the chips fall where they may, and go from there. You have the Knight of Cups as well, which is interesting for those to come out together. Eight of Wands, Three of Cups. There's something that's going to be worth celebrating when all this is said and done, when you move forward. Yeah, the sun is here again. Like, when you move forward from all this nonsense that you're it's crazy, because like my ear just started ringing too. I wish you guys would have saw that. This is why I'm about to do like the overhead view soon. I gotta get the camera angles right for that. But I put the Knight of Cups on top of that Tower card, and as soon as I said what I said, the card slid. But you guys didn't catch that, obviously, because of the angle. But y'all would have saw that. Confirmation again. The card moved for a reason, and it's basically saying yes, exactly. Like, there are new opportunities presenting themselves when you move forward from this situation. And for some of you, it could be in terms of love. But that's not gonna be for everybody. It could also just be like creative endeavors and things like that as well. Yeah, and so, look, I split the deck again, and the sun is still in the middle of the deck. That doesn't typically happen. Like, if you split the deck, usually, like, if you already like put the deck back together, it's very rare that you get lucky enough to split it on the same card. It's split on the same card again. So I'm gonna get one more from here. Judgment, yes. It's a judgment call, right? This is about being able to, look at your circumstances and say, okay, how do I move about this situation? What do I do next? Based on the information I know. And I got another ace here, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Along with the King of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles both show up in this reading. I'm digging that. So there's definitely the sense of stability about to come into your lives because of the fact that you're, working on yourselves. You're making these better judgment calls and doing the things that, are necessary for you to work towards your happiness. There's a reason why I felt drawn to some of the decks that I ended up picking up. Hey, I don't have my glasses on. Brianna. This is just a collective message tonight. I do plan on starting to do personals on here again, but just not yet. I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing what I've been doing. And then if you do decide to stick around to watch more stuff on the channel, hit that notification bell and all that stuff and subscribe. Then you'll know when I end up doing that. You want to be on the lookout for those readings. We have Queen of Cups again here in the middle of the deck. So yeah, definitely something like that's emotionally based for sure. I'm also kind of getting, just based on it being surrounded by the judgment card, I'm getting like, don't let your emotions get the best of you when it comes to making sound judgments, is what I'm kind of picking up on there. So yeah, that sense of just, discernment and whatnot, right? Not letting, our circumstances get the best of us, not letting, I'm gonna say our, because I resonate with that. Our emotions, cloud our judgment. Yeah. Ooh, I like this. I split the deck of the Shaman's Dream deck, and it says Fortune's Wheel, aka the Wheel of Fortune, luck and right timing. So something is about to happen. There is a change coming. We were talking about change earlier when we were kind of picking up on the number 5. Oh, and look. Look at that. The other card here in terms of the split is the Farther Gate. Bold step forward, and this is number 55. So you might be seeing the numbers, the number 5 a lot, or 555, which is all of. Hey Queen, it's been a while. How you doing, girl? Miss you. Welcome. But yes, like the number 5 is showing up too, and that's all about change. So it's like, there's like change in the wind, but at the same time, what are you doing to help, navigate that situation, right? When it comes to changes happening, gotta make sure that you are mindful of the changes that need to be made in your life at this time, because that's when you're gonna start to see the most changes happen, is what I'm kind of getting. 235. That's an interesting number. I wonder what that one means. Let's add it up. Okay, so oh, well, there you go. It's like 5 or 10 means like, change slash, endings. So I can see why that number is following you. I love me some numerology. Like, now that I understand it more, like, it took a little while for me to like grasp certain concepts, but like I'm getting it more. I'm like, oh, hold up, they're all over the fucking place. So when our angels are like contacting us and wanting to communicate, like, you know, when those numbers pop up, they mean something, especially if you keep seeing them. Just saying. Don't think that it don't mean nothing. And the ironic thing, I was bullshitting around talking to y'all while I was saying it, but the number 45 was up there. And what is the number, or for like the time or whatever? And look, 45 is on this card as I'm bullshitting around talking to y'all. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. So this might be a time to really practice forgiveness. um, it's one of those like easier said than done kind of things, right? But there is something happening for you guys, and it's just, it's about taking a leap of faith, and then that's going to allow for you to, release a lot of things that no longer serve you, and learn from lessons and all that stuff. Apply the lessons as they come, and you'll see those changes start to happen in your life and things shifting, and it's going to be something really positive at the beginning. So we have, look at that, 3 or 36, 3, 6. We were talking, and then adds up to 9. So it's like 3, 6, 9 might be significant for some of you. It says lost in space, needing direction. You guys are not lost, okay? Hey, Monica, what's up? You guys are not lost. It might feel like it sometimes, but you're not lost. Perfect storm. This is like the oh wow. Remember I was saying before, you might be seeing the number 4 a lot too. I mentioned it way earlier in the reading. I'm just gonna show you guys, because look, we have perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Number is 44, and this one was Oya. This was the first card of the whole reading. Number 13 is on there. I was saying you guys might be seeing the number 13 and or the number 4. And I was saying I've been seeing the number 4 a lot. So 44 on here. That number is definitely prevalent. Those cards actually came out together. Wow. All right, let's get maybe 4 more cards from here. And then we're going to get some insight from our ancestors, see what they got to say. And then we'll get like some last messages of like advice or guidance. And then just messages of peace and, just, we're gonna make this all like a nice little collective little like not cute reading, but meaningful reading, and tied up in a bow where you get something out of it and it feels good at the end. That's always my goal. Like sometimes the readings get a little bit heavy or whatever, and it's like, okay, we're gonna woosah at the end, and we're gonna get those messages that are necessary for us to move forward. All right, so we have Skybridge, possibility for union. Interesting. 47 is the number on here, which adds up to 11. Very interesting. I'm wondering if they're trying to say there could be like karmic tie. We did talk about etheric cords, aka karmic ties. So I'm wondering if they're trying to, let's see what the other cards are. This is ancestral. So it's crazy because I was like, I feel like I said it earlier. I was like, I feel like the etheric ties are more closely guided toward or closely bound to family. Look what's here. Lay of the land. ancestral wisdom. So there are there's guidance, karmic lessons when it comes to family. And that is the big thing right now. That is the big thing. And that number, whoa, holy shit. That number 7 is popping up. Because, okay, let me just show you guys. 34 on this card right here. Bottom of the deck, we have, like, talking about the same card over here. 52. And it says straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And yeah, it's like this, hey Brittany, how are you? I hope you decide to stick around. Welcome. Um, yeah, so it's like, it's a push and pull, right? And we got that energy when we were talking about this, right? Leaving things behind that no longer serve us, especially when it comes to surrendering the things within our own family dynamics and stuff that don't make sense anymore. And we're just like, trying to, figure it all out because it's, yeah, see, look, possibility for reunion and then reconciliations here, wailing tree. So it's like, what does the reconciliation look like within your family dynamics, right? Sometimes you have to kind of, I just heard shift blame. There could be people who, either you've put blame on other people or they put blame on you, and you're realizing, well, you know what? Sometimes you have to call a spade and just say, I can't stay in these circumstances. And I'm getting a big time push and pull with this card right now because the number on here is 59. 59 adds up to 14. 14 is the temperance card in the tarot. But then if you add up 1 and 5 as 5, I mean, sorry, 1 and 4 is 5. So I'm still getting this energy of like just changes, right? Changing that shift of energy when it comes to trying to, you know, you're learning your lesson when it comes to trying to reconcile with people in your life, especially family, who you're just not meant to have in your life anymore. And the thing is, it's like the hard part is, we're taught, right, from a very young age, like, oh well, family is family, you gotta love your family, that's just so and so, that's all they are. It could be about your own mama, be about your own daddy, it could be about your aunties, your cousins, whomever, and your uncles, and I don't know why something just said even the uncle who touches up on the kids. That's what I heard, and I'm sorry to put it out there like that because it's not me trying to trigger anybody, but that was how it was said and what I heard. That's literally what I heard. Even the uncles who touch up on the kids is what I just heard. Just saying. And I've seen it in my own family. So I'm just like, I'm just saying. Like, that could have just been a message directly towards me, or it could be somebody who's going through a similar thing or has went through a similar thing. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I, for one, can resonate with that. So, yeah. Got number 2 again, and then number 4 as well. Fool's Embrace. Transmute. Oh my gosh. Lord. Transmuting pain. I might have to go get the inner child deck. Excuse me, that's confirmation. Fool's Embrace. Transmuting pain. Yep. Transmuting pain. It's getting deep. It's getting dark. Yep. Talking about those endings again, too. Deep diver. Diving into a task. I'm getting you guys are the ones who are meant to break some generational curses. That's what I'm picking up on right now. And it's a very, very difficult task to take on. But you guys are the ones who are being called to do it. Yeah. 5, again. Closing door. Completion. How many times did I fucking talk about completion? I kept talking about, I'm picking up on between changes and endings and closure. I was picking up on that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pull from that inner child deck. I didn't know where this was going, but Spirit is like, oh yeah, we're doing it. We're going there. We're going there. And there's definitely karmic lessons and stuff involved because we talked about it already. 46 is here. So, between endings. So we got this energy of endings. So we got 10 here again. We've been seeing 11s, 10s, 1s. We've been seeing a lot of different stuff. And this is also giving me root work. And if you look at this, yep, I'm going to go grab that deck now. If you look at this card very carefully, in the illustration, you can see that it's literally a child, like in like a curled up position, the disowned self. So yeah, that's where we're going. We're going pretty deep, guys. We're going deeper than I expected this reading to go. I was like, it's a Thursday night. I'm just gonna let Spirit guide me. And Spirit was like, you're gonna do a very, very deep reading tonight, basically. I'm like, shit. Wasn't expecting it to go this dark or this deep, but you know, if Spirit wants it, then that's what we're gonna do. We have Garden of Venus. Ironically, we're talking about planets in my classroom right now. We just started the unit this week. It's kind of fun. The kids love it so far. Rest and renewal is here. Some of you guys might really connect with Venus. I don't know much about, to be honest, I don't know much about planets and stuff. I'm learning with the kids right now, to be honest. All right, our new unit. My student John, he knows all the things there are to know, which is really cute. Sky Dancers, Surrender. Actually, some of these cards I've never seen before. We've only seen like a couple of times, so this is how I know this is like a little bit of a new energy kind of coming through. So I also am picking up on the fact that with the surrender energy, yeah. So I'll just show you the card. And then we also have this one that was earlier in the reading as well. I was just trying to match up the numbers and see if there was like a correspondence there other than the number 4. Ooh. We're getting a little bit of 13 action here. Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation, Ego Death Energy. Letting go of the ego, right? Yep, letting go of the ego. That's a big thing. And Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. Yep. And one thing you guys have never done in the process of all of this stuff that you've been working on, you never lost your integrity. And I love that energy for you guys because it just shows like that sense of, you know, authenticity and resilience about yourselves. I am going to go pee because I didn't think this reading was going to go as deep as it's going. So clearly this reading is a little bit more in depth than I was expecting it to be. So I'm going to go grab another deck. Well, grab another deck, and then I'll be back. But give me just a moment. I will be right back. Don't fret, my pets. I will be right back. Till then, listen to the jams. Oh, I'm back, but kind of not back because I said I was going to go get the other deck. Sorry, guys. I just know I had to pee. I was holding it for a while. All right. So, Let's see. Like I said, this reading definitely a little bit heavier than expected for Thursday night. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I do hope that for those of you who are watching and or have watched or end up watching later, have gotten something out of it and resonate with the messages, because this is definitely, a little bit more in depth than expected, like I said. All right, so what we got? It's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on truth. Interesting. So you guys might have, at the different points in your life, whether it's, through childhood and even beyond that, very unique people who are just, different, not aligned with others in a lot of cases and times. And just trying to figure out how to navigate that, right? Because we have to be social, beings. And it's like, oh, well, you're different and you're, you know, not like everybody else. There's like a swan here, all these different things. Like, trying to figure all that shit out. That shit's not easy at all. We have to spend time in nature. I talked about that earlier, didn't I? When I was talking about being, you know, a magician or an alchemist. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. So some of you guys might really like being outside, outdoorsy kind of people, or would benefit greatly from doing so. When it starts warming up here in Connecticut, I definitely want to start spending more time at the park and stuff. I used to spend a lot of time there and I kind of slowed down. Don't know why, but I gotta work on that. I think I was just depressed and stuff, so I was just like staying in the house constantly. But excuse me, confirmation maybe. Spirit's like, yeah, you need to bring your black ass outside. Yeah, find your haven. Yeah, a place that is waiting for you. I'm gonna take that one because that's the only one that actually flipped of the cards that fell. I'm gonna take that. Number 13 on there. Yeah, there's a place of wonder waiting just for you. Number 13 on there. You guys are unique. It's giving me like that death and rebirth kind of vibe, ego death type of shit. And it's like basically Spirit's just kind of saying like, look, you're not like everybody else, and you're not meant to be like everybody else. And once you learn how to find your own comfort zone that makes sense for you and it feels good to you, you'll know. And even there's gonna be times where you're gonna kind of get, poked and prodded, is what I just heard. That's a weird term, but yeah, poked and prodded, to do things that are not in your comfort zone, and you're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute, this actually is cool. Like, it's just gonna be one of those things where stepping out of your comfort zone will also be, beneficial. Hope that makes sense. All right, what we got here? Oh, the power of 3. I'm telling you. Speak to yourself with kindness. Yes, we were talking about that throat chakra energy. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Yes. Hey, special. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah. So speaking to yourself with kindness is a big, big one right now. Spirit is like, you guys don't speak. I'm getting like words of affirmation, words of kindness, obviously. Like that inner dialogue with yourself is definitely something that needs a little bit of work, is what I'm picking up on. And I for one can say that I resonate with that. I could work on that as well. So let me know if that makes sense to you guys in the comments. Um, but yeah, the way we speak to ourselves is huge, because it's like, especially like those of us who are, spiritual and stuff like that, who try to, talk kindly to other people and all that. It's like, it's giving me kind of like imposter syndrome a little bit. Some of you guys might even feel like that. Um, I have dealt with that myself. It's like, how am I sitting here like breathing and speaking life into people, but I don't do that for myself. So like when I do these readings, like I'm like, oh, is there somebody new here? um, sis, but Pacheco, I think it says. I don't have my glasses on. I sincerely apologize. But I see someone is saying aloha from Hawaii. Hawaii. I love that. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome. This is a collective message. So, if you want to stick around right now, the segment that kind of popped up in this very general reading is we're kind of talking about like childhood wounds and stuff and how to heal them. So if you would like to stick around, you can. If not, if this is not your forte, totally understandable. But it would be great if you would decide to stick around. So, whatever, you feel is best for you at this time. Give us a little bit more here, Spirit. Let's get maybe 3 more cards. Like I said, I hope that, the messages that are coming out so far are resonating, making sense. Because there's a lot going on here, right? A lot of moving parts. Thank you, Spirit. Seek guidance in this. It is a time for different perspective. So, again, looking at things with a different set of eyes. I think the card that I saw earlier where I was like seeing things differently, I think it was it didn't show up in the official spread, but we did see it show up. There goes that throat chakra again. The thing that stood out to me was the Page of Swords, and all of a sudden this balloon is moving around. I have a couple helium balloons. One is completely still and they're right next to each other, by the way. And one is like moving around and the other one is perfectly still. And there's no open windows or anything, by the way. Okay. And the one that the one that is moving around, it says it's your day. So that's very, very interesting to me because it's giving me like, it's your time to shine kind of energy. It's like, bro, like, have you not recognized your greatness through all of these things that you've been doing? We have write a letter to your inner child. I have actually, when I was coaching, I'm taking a break from coaching right now, but in terms of life coaching. But when I was life coaching, that was one of the assignments that I would have, or I don't want to use the word assignment. That was one of the exercises that I would have clients do, depending on, what was going on with them. An open letter, whether it was to themselves or to somebody in their life who they really felt like they needed to like communicate with and get some things out, so on and so forth. Or even like, a letter to like their higher self or, future self, so on and so forth. Yeah, so I'm getting that you guys might resonate with the idea of, especially those of you who resonate with the idea of writing in terms of manifestations and things like that. I'm getting like a vision. Sorry. That's why I'm like kind of like probably like you guys are probably like she's just like staring out into space. No, I literally can see like a little kid like at their desk, in particular in the 90s, the very bright colors. And I don't see like faces or anything. I just see like a figure. But I see the colors. Like I'm getting like it's the colors, Duke. It's the colors. It's like an old commercial for like a dog treat or something. But anyway, I'm definitely getting like people who might resonate with being like 70s or 80s babies, like but raised in the 90s type of thing. And those bright ass neon colors, like I'm getting like all those bright colors in the bedroom and stuff, and like your desk in the corner, and like writing in a diary and stuff. We weren't constantly on cell phones and stuff and bullshitting around, right? Like we were actually like writing in diaries and stuff like that. Talk to our friends on the phone if you had the luxury of having like a phone in your bedroom and stuff like that. I always wanted that. My parents were like, absolutely fucking not. They were like, your ass is gonna go on the regular fucking phone down in the kitchen with the long freaking cord, and they were also listening in on my fucking messages. I mean, my calls. I'm like, who's listening in? But anyway, that was funny. But anywho, I saw a whole vision though, like a whole makeup of what it would look like as like you like literally like writing to yourself. Wow. Let's get one more from here, maybe two at the most. And there goes that number three again. Let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. Yeah, we're talking about as we were talking about like this whole writing thing. Like the writing thing was like a big thing for me. Like I kept seeing like this writing. You're writing your own new story, and it's like you're not allowing for situations, things, or people to dictate that. You're creating that narrative for yourself as a part of the growth process. At number three, I'm telling you, really, really prevalent in this reading. Let me just show you the card. So aside from the number itself, there's also like the lotuses and excuse me, the lotuses are a big part of that. That's about enlightenment. And some of you guys might be a big fan or have like an affinity for lotuses. I do. And it's actually like a part of um my logo. So yeah, it's about enlightenment. This is a big one. Number 32 on here adds up to 5. Big, big deal. Pay attention to this, guys. Set boundaries. Claim your power and know your value today. Yes, exactly. Recognizing who you are, your value, right? Not letting people take advantage of you anymore. There is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. This card is really pretty. I am getting that there's like, don't start crying. Don't you start your shit. Um, but I am picking up on angels. I feel like I'm sorry because I'm really dissecting the picture and like I feel this really strongly. And those of you who have watched my readings, like you guys know I get really like into it. Um, there's definitely somebody who is like trying to like guide you and they're like holding your hand along the way. Some of you might have Leo in your chart, or this person could have Leo in their chart. Take it as it resonates. But like I'm just getting like this energy of like gliding like through water. And like the scenery is so pretty. It's like it's like you're going into the sunset almost. It's crazy. Giving me like that. It's even though the card itself that's shown up here, like the numbers and stuff wouldn't match up, but like what I'm picking up on, like if this was like a tarot card, I'm getting like the 6 of Swords, which is like moving from the rough waters to the calmer waters of your life. Like a transitional period is what I'm kind of picking up on. They just want you to know like there is hope. Exactly. Wow. Holy crap. I just got goosebumps on this one. And then Ren, of course, he comes here right now. My cat, like, when there's like weird energy, and like, when I say weird, like not in a bad way, but like when energy in a reading gets a little bit crazy for me, she's like my she's like my spirit animal. Like she'll come up here and she'll like either lay on my lap or just stand right next to me. Like it's like protection maybe. Oh gosh. Whew. All right. I'll start crying. Okay. So we have the disappointment is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. Wow. I'm telling you, like that number 10, that's another one of those numbers. A lot of the angel numbers coming up throughout the reading tonight. All right, so let's get some messages from the ancestors, see what they have to say. Ren, why did you come? I mean, you came here for a reason. But why now? Like, you made me cry. But, like, would it have been worse if you weren't up here? Why am I crying? I love you. She's, like, protecting me. I wish you guys could, like, see what she's doing. Like, she's, like, in front of the spread next to my leg, and she's just looking at me like this. Like, right dead in my eye. And then her ear just, like, perked up when I said that. What's going on, Mama? Is somebody's, like, ancestor about to come in through the... Oh, is that what it is? That could be it. Maybe somebody's ancestor is about to come through. Yeah, her tail just twitched. Okay. Is that what it is, Mama? Stargazer, set your sights higher. Let's see what else is going on with you guys. Messages from the ancestors. That was fine the whole fucking time. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Two more shuffles. She is not leaving. She's like, I'm staying, mother. Okay. Okay. All right. We have Air Guardian. Shift your perception. Mm-hmm. So we definitely have to do like this energy. I'm gonna say we have to. Yep, she's not leaving. She went from like just be perched on her little front paws to like she like laid down now. She's like, I'm not leaving. You need me here. Okay, I got you, baby. Yeah, so this is definitely a time to like shift how you view things. I'm getting maybe air sign energy for some of you, or somebody who's very close to you has an air sign energy in their chart. Let me know that resonates. Protection Guardian on the top of the deck. Drop your shields. They're letting you know that you are protected. There is nothing to worry about. Easier said than done. Trust, I get it. But they're letting you know, like, even with all this energy that we are seeing here, like, they're letting you know. Yeah. And they also want you to make sure that you hold on to your, I heard the word principalities, high priest, intend, and create. So there's something that you're meant to do with your gifts that you might be holding off on, is what I'm getting. Oh, I just fucked up through that. I always do that shit. All right, so let's get like maybe 4 cards from here, and then I'm gonna get 1 card from the other 2 decks that I had pulled out, 1 of the 2 cards, and go from there. Wow, a bunch of cards are trying to come up. I'm not taking all these cards. This is not happening. All right, yes, those are the ones that originally came out, so I'll take these. So we have Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. You know, they're letting you know, like, we are here with you. Especially with it, like, flying out of my hand. They're like, yes, that's a message. Let them know. They want you to know, like, they are trying to send, like, their love your way. Some of them could have had water in their chart. I'm also kind of getting fire for some reason. I'm not sure why. Because, it, like, her energy is definitely connected to water, but I'm getting that some of them had maybe both in their chart. Wise one also came out. Now that's air sign energy there. Grow within your current situations. Those cards came out together. Now something that I just picked up on just now, if you guys are like big kids like me and you watch like, cartoon movies and stuff like that, especially like Pixar and Disney and stuff like that, some of you guys might have seen the movie Elemental. Let me know in the comments, or you can let me know with your reactions. Elemental, right? And actually my girl, she's not here tonight, but she talked about that a couple weeks ago, I want to say, and she was talking about like the premise of the movie. And I love that movie. It's so good. And one of them is okay. First off, to start, like it's all like these communities of different um elements. So you got your earth, you got your water, you got your air, you got fire, blah blah blah. Right? All the different elements are involved in this movie, and they're all in different places and stuff, but they all live in the same world. But there's separation because of the fact that they can't mix, right? So what I'm getting here is some of you guys might have a combination of different um elements in your chart, or you're dealing with people who are super close to you who are in very very different capacities as you. So like for instance, like if especially in that movie, if you got like fire and water, they technically don't mix, right? But do they make steam, right? So they technically can come together and create something else. So right? Like it's one of those questions to ask yourself. Like, if I were to put these things, these dynamics together, what does that look like? What does it create? It could create. It's no different than I don't know why I just heard this. Maybe because we were talking about our projects with my students recently and colors, and we are like, oh well, if you put these colors together, what do they make? Like talking about like putting together primary colors and stuff. So kind of a similar energy, right? Like if you put together red and blue, it creates purple, right? Like so on and so forth. Yellow and green, it makes, oh, sorry, yellow and blue makes green, so on and so forth, right? So it's like, even the things that on the surface level don't seem like they work together, they can work. But it's just about, being open minded to it, is what I'm kind of getting from that. Very interesting. And I guess that's why Spirit is like saying, grow within your circumstances, and go from there, right? Like we got like all these different energies popping up, and Spirit is basically saying like, look, you're gonna see things that don't make sense sometimes, but you know if it works, it works. Got two cards. What the fuck did I just say? These cards came out together, guys, as I was shuffling. Y'all heard all the shuffling and stuff. Those came out together. What did I just say? Water and fire, right? And that was literally the elements in that movie. So that's confirmation. Spirit is like, yes, that is exactly what we're trying to, the message that we're trying to give off. Yep, and there's no numbers or anything on here. So it's the energy. It's the energy. Water, it says connect with your emotions, and fire, ignite your passions. Ooh la la. Wow, holy smokes. Like, how is it that those came out together at the same time? As I'm talking about elemental. That's so crazy. Wow. Alright, Spirit. Let's get like maybe two more from here. And I have two more decks to read from, not anything extensive or anything. Just like a piece of advice, and then like just like a last little like motivational message to close out the reading, and that'll be it. The Moon. So we have take note of intuitive messages. Some of you guys might really resonate with the idea of connecting with the moon. I'm getting some of you might be like a Pisces. That seems pretty specific there, but yeah, I am picking up on that for somebody. We also have on the bottom of the deck, we have Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. It's like High Priestess energy. It's also giving me a little bit. Just like the energy like that's coming together at the same time, you know. Like technically that's not what this is, but I'm picking up on that. Interesting. What else we got here? Druid, hold the space. Remember we were talking about like you guys might be feeling super duper like, okay, this is how things have to be. And I'm gonna fucking hold this energy. Like I'm not gonna keep on like pissy footing around something that doesn't make sense to me anymore. But why? Because you guys are moving past ancestral fucking patterns. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns here in the middle of the deck. I'm telling you, like there's no getting around this. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. Wow. Like I love when I'm like closing out a message, like everything comes together like this. Cause like, you know, if you're not a believer and you're just watching, you'll be like, it's all bullshit. But if you actually stick around, you'll see like, no, it's not. Like look how all the stuff came out together. There's no way that I read from what 4 different decks. Each one of these decks have, you know, easily like 50 plus cards in them. And this is the energy coming out. Like, come on now. Let's use our brains here. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So we got a lot of this energy of like the different, you know, elements coming through. We talked about that already. And now we're just seeing a little bit more of that. Yeah. Nurture that and honor it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? Medicine Mother is here again, along with on the top here. Stag, trust, and thrive. And autumn, release the old and rest. So we talked about releasing more than once. Surrendering, releasing, right? That type of energy popping up some more. All right, so let's get maybe 2 cards from here. The Harmony Heart, which is going to give us a little bit of last advice. And what's on the bottom of the deck before we even do anything? Sacrifice. Just saying. So Spirit is like, yeah, they pulled me to those decks for a reason. Because I actually had pulled a different deck. And then I put it back and pulled this one. And did not know that was on the bottom of the deck. I didn't know where this was going to even go. There was no way of knowing. So I'm just saying. That's one thing I love about being a reader, though. Like, especially like when other readers watch me, they're like, there was no way of like knowing that was going to come out like that. That one, it just shot out and hit my cat on the back of the fucking back just now. It's here again. These are times where I'm like, I want to start doing it on my mantle, or I keep saying mantle, my altar, because if I get like that overview, so you guys can see like when cards do all weird shit and stuff, y'all gonna be like, whoa, this is crazy. You can't make this stuff up even if you wanted to. All right, so we have sacrifice here, which was on the bottom of the deck initially. You are willing to make sacrifices for love, putting aside your own needs to support the growth of the relationship. And that could be in so many different areas of your life, right? We also have over-sacrificing may lead to loss of self. It's time to reevaluate the boundaries in your relationships. So what does that look like for you, right? We talked about sacrifice. You know, where are you on this end of the spectrum? Because, you know, when it's in a positive way, making sacrifices for, you know, those that we love and care about is not necessarily in and of itself a bad thing. The problem is we tend to overgive, and that is something that has been a trend on my channel for a minute. So let's get 1 or 2 from here. Planning. You have a clear career. Interesting. A clear career plan. And are making steady progress towards your goals. Each step is carefully thought out. And The reverse position, however, it would say um, lack of planning may be causing confusion or stagnation in your career, or an overly rigid plan is preventing flexibility. So across the board, if you guys are like trying to work on your, oversense, or I'm sorry, oversense, that's not even a word, but your overall sense of, growth and whatnot, you know, this is a time to be flexible even while you're planning. So just think about it in that perspective, in that capacity. Financial stability. So we're definitely getting the energy of like money being a thing too for some of you guys. Um, your financial situation is secure and success is bringing you material rewards and a sense of safety for the future. In the reverse, however, I would say your financial challenges may be arising or you are feeling uncertain about your economic stability. Caution in planning is needed. Interesting. Independence. There's a reason why I put that card back into the deck, because I know that was like probably supposed to be the card, like the other card, but Spirit was like, put that back. That is a message, but there's something else too. Right? I'm gonna go with what Spirit tells me to do. Um, you are cultivating a strong sense of independence, no longer relying on others to define your happiness or success. That makes sense, because based on what we were just talking about, it's like, okay, yeah, your stability shouldn't fall and rest on the shoulders of another person, and that's why planning is going to be so important. Over reliance on others is hindering your ability to stand on your own. It's time to reclaim your autonomy. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Okay. Hey, thank you, Spirit, for that. All right, so we're going to close out the reading with these. This is just like sacred messages, very, very intuitive cards. I love these because there's literally just one word on each card and an image. And I just kind of read it intuitively from there. So we're going to do 2 from here to close out. And I might eat some dinner because I'm fucking starving. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Delight. Yes, they just want you guys to be happy. That's the thing. Like, this is just a time to be happy. Like, you know, life be life, and you know what I mean? And we just have to find the happiness and delight in our circumstances, no matter how hard life gets, is what I'm getting. All right, let's get a couple messages from here, and that will be the end of this reading. My nose is itching like crazy all of a sudden. Sorry, Ren, I keep hitting you with cards. She's like, bitch, if you keep fucking throwing cards at me, I promise you I didn't throw it at you, Ren. Spirit just kind of throws them at you like that. She just jumped out. Okay, so the cards that came out are... Sorry, Ren. We have happiness. So we did see an energy of that earlier, right? Along with miracles. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. You sexy, baby. You sexy. And that's the truth, even though it doesn't say truth there, it says trust. But it's giving me truth. There's a truth card in this deck, and we saw truth earlier in another deck. But yeah, they're like, trust the process, right? There are things about to happen for you guys. And this is gonna like definitely lead towards your overall happiness across the board, is what I'm getting. Yes. Stillness. Practice a sense of stillness, right? Let things happen naturally and unfold. You don't have to, like, when it comes to this, like, you don't even have to really do much. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of life. It's all happening in its divine order and its divine timing, is what I'm getting. Yes, you're in the process of healing, right? Healing chaos. You know, you've done so much work and or are in the process of doing so much work And Spirit is just basically saying, look, let me get one more from here. They're like, look, you don't even have to do much more. Like, we see exactly what you've been doing. Keep on pushing forward, and you will see all the things that are meant to happen pop up in your life. It's just gonna be like a pop up. Like, all of a sudden, like, all these things are just gonna start happening. I literally like see like a bowl of like popcorn, like, or not a bowl, but like a bag of popcorn, or like popcorn on the stove, like, like if you do it like that with like little oil and the kernels and stuff, and you just watch the that's a lot of popcorn, but it's just like you just hear everything go pop, 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 pop. Like, it starts off so slow at first, and it's like, when the fuck is it gonna fucking start popping? Like, what the hell? Like, I got the heat source on, like, why is it taking so long? And then all of a sudden it just starts going crazy, like pop, 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 and you gotta like slow this shit down, like, okay, okay, okay. Like, you gotta take it off the flame and shit, or take it out the microwave, like, to slow the process down. It's like, I'm getting like, things are gonna start picking up so quickly out of nowhere, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? We're gonna claim that. Okay. We're gonna claim it. Those blessings is gonna be popping in, like, you're gonna be like, damn, like, fuck. One more from your Spirit, thank you. We're gonna claim that, myself included. Fuck that. Exactly, because there's potential, baby. There's potential. There's potential for so many great things to happen. I love that. Yes, embrace change, right? As we embrace change, that's when we allow for things to pop up and come into our lives. Even things that we're like, oh, no, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. You know? Will it take a moment of solitude? Possibly. For some of us, yeah, it might. You know? Speaking to God in those moments, right? Being in our own skin, not worrying about other people to, fill needs and things like that, and just honor who we are in that moment. Like, it's a great time to be in. It's scary at first, but once you get there and you understand how it works and how it operates, for those of you who haven't been there yet, trust. It's giving me like hermit. You might have to go through that hermit, and that's perfectly fine. Exactly. I love being by myself. Like, I'm not single, but I don't live with my boyfriend. So it's like, I sometimes I love him. Hope he don't pop up on here and be like, does I really feel babe? But no, like, I love him. I really do. But like, there are times where like I really enjoy like my aloneness. Like, cause aloneness or solitude, whatever, does not mean being lonely. Those are two very different things, right? I'm not lonely at all. And I wasn't lonely when I was single either. I was single for almost 3 years. I was perfectly fucking fine. So I'm like, look, nigga, if you're in my life, you're gonna add some value. If you're not adding value, you gotta have to bounce. You gotta go. You gotta get the stepping. Because if you try to spread community dick and shit all over the fucking place, fuck out of here. No, I'm just joking. That's not what that means. Being funny. No. I'm being an asshole. But no, seriously. This is a time to like, understand like, when it's time to rely on our community, right? The people that we love, the people we care about, our family, our friends, so on and so forth, our partners, so on and so forth. Like, we have to know the difference, and that's going to come from healing, right? Look at the butterflies, because a lot of us have been in situations where we stayed so long that we couldn't tell the difference, where we don't know if, somebody is, a proper partner or whatever. And we stay in these situations. I almost said situations, like sick, like they make you sick, literally, right? Not a good look. We don't want to be feeling sick based off of a person we have around us, whether it's a romantic partner, family, friends, whatever the case, work, like, it doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter at all. The point of the matter is we're not staying in situations that make us feel sick. Okay? So situations. They have situations like or situationships, I should say. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, we're not doing situationships, and we're also not gonna be in situations either. Like, we're not going to stay in situations where we're feeling fucking sick because of maladaptive behaviors and shit like that and thoughts. It's all done. Maladaptive behaviors are all done. I say all done at my job all the time with the little hand gesture. I love it. But anyway, guys, I love y'all for, yeah, exactly. It's all done. We're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. We're gonna coin that, and you heard it here first. Okay, Spirit said you heard it. You heard it here first. Okay, go trying to take my shit or say somebody else said it. That means that they stole it from me. No, I'm just joking. I'm just fucking with y'all. But no, seriously, I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you guys for being here. I'm definitely like feeling in my zone, like about trying to be here more often and stuff. Like, it feels really good to be back. So you never know. There's gonna be that day where y'all get that damn pop-up popping up on your fucking your notification. Oh, private or personal readings or whatever is gonna happen soon. I'm just saying. So you guys gotta be, on the lookout for that, because it's happening. I'm telling you, in the next week or two, it's happening, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been planning that out and everything. So, with all that said, you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm also getting like some of you guys might be seeing the number 6 a lot. Just saying. 6 is about balance. So. All right, guys. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your night. And I will probably see you guys maybe Saturday again. We'll see what the reading will be about then. I'm happy like I didn't go crazy with like crying on here, because like I definitely was tearing up. But I did okay. I did good. I had a moment. I was all right. Y'all have seen me like literally sobbing and stuff on here. Y'all seen it. The ugly cry. Y'all seen it. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time.